In today's episode, Mum grills me on some juicy questions.
How that generation ticks and what her opinions of things are. That's probably quite different to me in my opinions. You will hear what Anika likes and has learnt about our parenting, and you will hear what Anika kind of doesn't really like with our parenting.
And some more juicy questions. So if you want to see what I said, keep listening.
Same DNA,
Different opinions,
always honest.
always entertaining.
This is Two's Company.
Your new favourite mother-daughter catch-up.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
Today I'm sitting down with my 24-year-old daughter and I'm asking her a few questions and I'm going to challenge her.
Actually, I will still be 23 when this podcast episode comes out.
Oh, I thought you turned 25.
No.
Are you? Oh, you are too. Are you still only 23?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So I turned 24 a couple of days after this episode comes out.
Wow. So I'm going to... I do know the age of my kids. I'm sitting down talking to her, asking
That's
her
because I'm so
some...
mature for my age.
That's it.
Sorry.
Asking her questions, challenging her a bit. I don't know if you saw a few episodes ago that Anika challenged me on a few things.
And her opinions on things.
Yes, so I'm going to do a little bit of challenge.
To get drilled.
Yes. So get
I'm
comfortable.
quite nervous.
Are you?
I feel like you have no filter and you'll just go real hardcore and you'll get it
I'll go
all
right
out.
in there.
Yeah.
It was actually quite funny because beforehand, Anika's birthday's coming up, and
As
it
we
was,
just said.
I know it was quite cute because she just asked if she could have an ice cream cake for dessert. And it was like brought back all the memories of when you were 10 years old and you wanted an ice cream party.
Yeah, I love
That's
ice
so
cream.
cute. She loves ice cream.
I prefer an ice cream cake over a normal cake. Apart from if Andrew is making it, then I'll eat the cake.
Oh yeah, but no one can cook as good as her, bake as good as her. So that is so funny because that actually makes me feel quite like nice as a mum that my kid still wants to celebrate their birthday.
Why would I not want to celebrate?
Because I say to Diesel all the time, like, I want to make him something, or what do you want for your birthday? And he's like, nothing.
I think it's because for the last couple of years I've just done my own thing with Beckham.
I know, because actually the last few years I'm like, are we going to have anything? And you're like, I just want to hang out with Beckham, my Becky boo.
But I think it'd be nice. We can
That'd be
hang out together.
cute.
And it's also Mother's Day that weekend, the day after my birthday, and
right.
it's Diesel's birthday 2 days before mine. So it's a
No,
lot of
Diesel's on
celebration.
Friday and yours is on...
No, his is on Thursday.
Yours
mine's
on Saturday. Okay.
And then Mother's Day is on Sunday.
Okay, next. What are you loving?
I started last week, so you go this time.
Well, I don't know really what I'm loving, but I've got to tell you something funny. I was actually quite embarrassed. So I was at where my car's really old and I need to get a new car, and I was just looking at some cars, and the car dealer guy actually went to school with Nikki for a little bit back in the day, like when they were little.
one.
Yeah, year one,
Yeah.
year two. And he was showing me how the phone can pair up to the screen on the phone, the car or whatever.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
What?
Did my thing come up?
Oh, that came up like...
As my least favourite child.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm under
Yeah,
mum's
but that was
bonus.
not the funniest one. He just probably thinks, what is this girl on? So the first thing that comes up enlarged is Diesel without a shirt on.
Why?
Because, I know this sounds funny. Okay.
Does it sound funny?
It is. And it was so embarrassing because he actually thought I was looking up, like he didn't know that was my son.
But is that just as bad?
I don't know. No. I wasn't like looking at him like that.
Why'd you have a photo of him?
So I was at work today and I was talking with one of my colleagues about how our boys are doing weights and how they're putting a bit of muscle on. And I said, Diesel's finally putting a bit of muscle on after doing weights for years and years and years. And I said, he's actually quite like, with the t-shirt on, he actually looks like really skinny, but when he takes his shirt off, he's actually got muscle. And I actually noticed it for the first time because we went swimming the other weekend. And I secretly took a photo of Diesel because I never get photos of him. And I don't even have to worry about him listening to this because he never listens to a podcast. And
If he would, he'd be
He'd be
running
mortified.
home.
But he never would. He wouldn't even get 10 seconds in and be like, oh, this is boring.
Hey, don't just our podcast. Like
But no,
that.
Diesel would think it's boring.
No, it's just because he listens to our voices all the time, and he probably get annoyed by them.
Yeah, he listens to like Goggins and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, he was actually listening to a podcast the other day, and he was like, so I said, what are you listening to? And he said, oh, I'm listening to SEAL training guys or something like that. Like he listens to all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, and so I pulled up this photo because I secretly took a photo with Diesel without his shirt off, and I was showing Fran this picture, going, oh my goodness, like look, his muscles are getting so much bigger. I said he's benching 120, like he's doing really good. And so I enlarged this photo up and I showed Fran, and I just didn't think anything of it. I just put my phone off and didn't look at it again until I'm in this car with this car dealer guy, and and he's literally, his eyes like fell out of his head because it came up on the screen. Cause,
Is there like a screen in the car?
yeah, so there's a big screen in the car, and
Like a
it
Tesla?
I guess like a Tesla, but it wasn't a Tesla.
Oh.
I wouldn't be driving a Tesla. But it was like, you know how you mirror your screen on the TV? It was literally like, it shows your whole phone. Like it mirrors everything.
My
And all of a sudden this young musty boy pops up, and I went, oh, and I started getting all flustered, and he's probably thinking, like, I could see his eyes just judging me, like, what the heck are you doing? Because he knew I was married and stuff. And I was like, it looks like I'm looking up young boys to prove I'm not. This is
Why
my
would
son.
you even say that? He might not even be thinking that.
Because it was a boy, like, it
Just don't say that. Just say that's my son.
because I got all flustered,
Oh
and
my
you couldn't see
gosh.
his shorts, so he looked almost naked.
I'm
I was
so disgusted.
And I was so nervous. I was like, it's just, and I started all like flustering, just talking like basically diarrhea out of my mouth. And and he's just like, literally eyes open, just shocked. And I was like, it's my son. And he goes, oh, okay. And I said, there's another photo of him. And so I started going all, because I was so flustered.
Oh my God.
And then
You
he
had to
goes,
over-explain yourself.
yeah, I had to over, as I do.
Oh my God.
And then I was over like, oh, this is a photo of him. And I was like, shut up, Marie. Like, and I said, I know I sound a bit obsessed with him, eh? And he's like, oh, just a little. And
If
and
only
then-
he knew how
and then-
obsessed you were with him.
and then the next thing pops up. Neek's my least favourite child. And I was just like,
The
oh
timing.
my
Did it
goodness.
actually?
It actually did, because he then kind of he swiped off it, because he's like, I've had enough of all this boy that I'm showing him all these pictures. He swiped, he goes, this is how you make a call. And it was like, because it was my last person I'd called, it was like, next my least favourite child pops up. And I'm like, and then underneath that there's Vin Diesel, and I'm just like, because Vin
Oh my
Diesel's
God.
dad.
By the way, I put my name as that in Mum's
Yes.
phone. Mum didn't actually put that in her phone.
No. Oh yeah, let's just get that clear.
I just did it as a joke because
Yeah.
I sometimes feel like the least favourite
Oh,
child.
she's
Well, because
so
Geordie is
innocent.
in Mum's phone as my favourite child.
Oh yeah.
So
but
I
if
did it
she
to play
is.
on that. And we all know Diesel's her favourite child.
Darling,
So I do that.
Diesel's is Darling Diesel.
Anyway.
I've put Darling Diesel in, but the girls get my phone and put their names for it, and it's so embarrassing. So I literally felt like I was beetroot red. Like it was I think a 13-inch screen. Like it was a big screen, and
my
Diesel's just
God.
enlarged there, and it was quite embarrassing.
Wow.
It was actually I was actually quite embarrassed. I was all flustered and I was all red, and so that was my little story today.
Wow. Well, what are you loving this week? That's a lot.
Well, that was kind of like just my loving, funny story.
Have you been loving like looking for cars? Or has it not been that fun?
I
So I
just
always find buying a new car is like the most annoying thing.
I just know what I want, so I went in it and
Like
just
having
like
to
that's
sell
what I
it
like.
and then get a new one and get a good deal and make sure everything's good. But
No, the biggest thing
You're
I have to
getting
do is
brand
just
new,
talk
so it doesn't
Dad.
matter.
The biggest thing I'm doing is talking Dad into a car, because he's not a car boy. He doesn't appreciate cars, so he thinks it's ridiculous spending money on cars. Like you know how some
it's because there's no like investment in it.
but you know how some boys are like they're car boys. You know, like I've
that
been brought
makes
up with
no
my
money off it. That's
Yeah.
probably why he's not into it.
But I've been brought up with my dad being a car guy, like, because he's a diesel mechanic, I guess, by trade. So he's into cars, and we've always had, like, V8s, and, you know, it's always car kind of stuff, cool stuff. And my brother's into cars, like, he's a truck driver, so he's all trucks and stuff. And Ryan just couldn't care less. He just thinks it's ridiculous spending money on cars because he's just not a car boy. So now I'm trying to talk him into Yeah, Guinness. So that hasn't been like my favourite thing. I don't know, I'm enjoying this weather. This weather's beautiful.
It's been really sunny
It's
this
gorgeous,
week.
yeah.
Nice.
I think I actually shared about the weather last week.
I
as
think
well.
so.
Yeah. Anyway, handing over to Anika.
I've actually been loving the Pure Fiji coconut oil
Oh,
because
that's good.
I got it from Fiji when I was just there recently.
Oh, yes.
Because Beckham's been asking for massages a lot lately because his
Has he?
shoulder
The little
gets
bro.
tight from
Oh,
work.
yes.
And the oil's really nice because it helps me like massage it properly. But I got it in the scent honey. It's like honeycomb or something.
I've never seen
But
that
I've
one.
been popping it on my skin after the shower and my skin just smells so good and it's so soft and I've just been loving
I have
it.
to have a little sniff later.
Honestly, you're going to have a warning sign on your face next week. You sound crazy.
I love Pure Fiji, but I always go for the coconut, the blue and white one.
Yeah, I used to love that, but I just think like I just want a little bit more something else, not just coconut.
And Beckham doesn't want you to smell like me
No.
because that sounds so weird.
Honestly, what's wrong with me today?
No, but I always remember my mum used to have this perfume, Gucci something, and I used to love it.
Oh,
And-
but then
and
when
Ro-
people would smell it, remind you of
Yeah,
your
and
mum.
Ryan worked with my mum and dad for so many years, and so
Oh.
he'd smell it all day long. And he said to me politely, and I loved it, it was my favourite smell, and he goes, can you buy another perfume because it just like, it reminds me of your mum and I'm always smelling my mother-in-law all day long. And I was like,
That's like your one you always use, the Karen Walker one in the green bottle.
yes, I love that.
That smell is
Arlene
like,
got me
I
onto
think
that.
that's like your scent because it's like your perfume
But
you use all the time.
Brian doesn't like it.
But I really like that scent.
love
But
that.
I could never buy it because it just reminds me of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
And
love
coconut oil.
that.
Coconut scent things remind me of you.
Right, because I always, yeah.
But this one's honey. It's like smells
honey.
really nice.
Well, that's lovely that you're loving your honey oil.
It's actually so good. Pure Fiji like oil is so nice, right?
That's very cute. What are you drinking today, Nikki?
Moody.
She
Prebiotic
always
soda.
loves my moody.
Well, because they're so expensive, so I don't buy them for myself. So I like having it.
They're not
here.
that expensive when you think it's like a health drink.
Yeah, but it's like $8 like a can almost.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's $17.99 for a pack of 4. That's like what's 18 divided by 4?
Try work it out.
I don't know.
It's like $4.
It's nearly $5. So yeah, just shy of 5. Which, when you think about it, people pay that for a coffee. So why would you not pay for that for a health drink?
I guess.
I know. So some of the questions I'm going to ask Anika, it's probably got to do a lot with like her generation and stuff because I want to ask her some challenging questions.
You're not asking me like heaps, are you?
Yeah, I'm asking you a whole
Because I'm
hour's
gonna-
worth.
No.
Okay, Anika, and you can't think about this too long. You just got to just. Oh my goodness! Do you want to put your hand over your mouth, Anika? Your mother has taught you better than that.
I woke up at 3 a.m. last night and I couldn't go back to sleep for like 2 hours.
That's the time I go to bed normally. What time do you go to bed?
I went to bed at like 10.
Why'd you wake up at 3?
I just woke
It's probably
up.
because your body's had enough sleep. That's
It's
far
'cause-
too long, 10 till 3. Get up and do a workout or do some work, Nikki.
I did do a workout today.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, well done. I haven't done mine. I've actually been really lazy lately.
I just woke up because I was like wired. And you know when you're thinking about
Why are you
lots
wired?
before
What are you
bed?
thinking about?
I just like when I go on my phone, it makes me think of all these things. I probably shouldn't.
You should do what your mum does and doesn't have the phone in the room.
Yeah. Well, it took me ages to go to sleep and then Beckham let me cuddle him and then I fell asleep in his
Oh,
arms.
you little teddy bear. Actually, last night, that was the love of my week. Ryan came home from Wellington and I hugged him so tightly and I said, I'm so stoked I've got my little teddy bear back in bed with me. I just love it. I just instantly felt safe. As soon as he comes home in the house, I'm like, I'm not thinking about are the doors locked. I'm not thinking what noise is that. I'm thinking what are the dogs barking at. I'm not thinking anything. I'm just so relaxed. Okie What's one thing that my generation does that gives you the ick, Anika? And be honest.
There's so many things, but I honestly can't think of what they
Oh,
are.
Don't give me this.
No,
I can't think.
actually, I need to think because I actually...
Oh, okay, let's everyone have a coffee and have a pause while Anika thinks.
Your generation.
Yes, darling. My generation's Gen X. No, Gen Z.
I know.
Am I Gen Z or Gen X? I always get that mixed up.
You're Gen X. I'm Gen Z.
Okay, I'm Gen X. So what does Gen X annoy you?
Putting all your opinions on Facebook.
That's so what your generation does.
No.
What do we do?
I just find like all your generation like Karens.
Am I a Karen?
No, not all your generation.
That's
You're not. I'm not speaking you. I'm just saying like people
my
in your
generation is all Karens.
No. No.
They kind of are. A lot of them are.
A lot of people in your generation, maybe a bit older than you, I find love to just like put statuses up on Facebook and share their opinion on something or share
I
share
don't see that
things.
ever.
I see it all the time. I'm like, keep it to yourself.
I see it with the young generation.
I have not seen it with young generation.
So what's the generation before me? Is that baby boomers? Or is
It's
he
the one above you.
Oh, so my mum's a baby boomer.
Yeah.
So what's the
Millennial?
then it's millennial, and then it's Gen
Z.
Z, which is me.
No, me.
Oh, hang on. No, I'm talking about me. So I'm Gen X.
It goes Gen Z, which is me.
Yep.
Then millennial. Then you, which is Gen X.
Yep.
And then baby boomers.
That's what I was. So the one after me is baby boomers.
Right. Okay.
Is that right? And baby boomers, my mum's age.
It's probably in between your generation and baby boomers. That age group, like in the 50s.
50s and 60s then.
Not everyone. I'm literally not speaking on behalf of
No.
everyone. I'm just saying I notice a lot of people and I'm just like, keep it to yourself.
That's interesting. That is so
Do you know
interesting.
what I mean? Or they comment on things and it's like, I think it's more comments. Like people love to comment their opinion on something.
See, I think that's what your
And
generation
start
does.
like drama. It's like just, yeah, actually probably lots of people do that. But I just hate people who do that. Just like keep it to yourself.
Do you know, it's funny because I was talking to someone today about perimenopausal and menopause. And what was we getting at? Oh, yeah. And she was like saying like how she's so irritated at the moment and she's just not herself. And I said, I know, because I'm actually coming out on the other end of menopause.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
I feel like you're in the middle.
No, because I've been on menopause for 5 years, which the doctor told me because I went into menopause a lot earlier. So I feel like my hot flashes is not
I thought
as
it
much.
lasts like 10 years.
It can last from a couple of years to 15 years, basically. Like, and there's peri and then there's menopause, but I feel like I'm on the other end of it.
I do notice people with menopause, they're like a lot and like harder to be around.
Yeah, and I think
It makes me feel bad for them because all women are going to go through that.
Yeah, you're going to go through that.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably why you feel maybe there's a lot of Karens in our generation because we are all going through menopause.
They're just getting agitated, so they let it out on Facebook.
They purely say like it just irritated. Like I was talking to her and she was like, she mentioned her husband's name and she's like, I just don't even like the way he breathes at the moment. Like everything is just irritating me.
That's like when you're on your period too. And isn't it when you're on your
I
you're
don't
pregnant
know. I never
as
was
well?
like that when I was. No, I don't know. I wasn't.
Sometimes when I'm on my like a certain time of the month, I'll be like, "Ugh, you're just frustrating me. Everything you're doing."
Yeah, so that's kind of probably like your Karen generation.
And I hate it. I'm like, ugh, gross.
Okay, well that's nice and honest. What's something you thought you'd never agree with me on, but now you do?
Maybe politics.
Really? Elaborate.
Yeah. Is that what my answer's going to be?
Yes, that's the first one
Wait,
that
let
came
me
to
just
your
think
head.
because there was something
No,
else
you can't think too much.
I know.
No, you can't change though. You said politics first.
Okay, can I say a couple things then?
Yeah.
I think politics, because like I always just thought not much of politics. And it's just like, ugh, it's just adults being adults. But now, I don't know. I'm just in this weird mood, okay?
She's not like in our generation, guys.
And there's a lot more things that I agree with you about. There's definitely some things I don't agree with you about, though. Growing up, you'd always be saying things like about friends like, oh, then they're not good for you, or they're just being mean to you because they're jealous of you or something like that. And I just thought, oh, whatever, Mum, you don't get it.
Did you really, you little brat?
I think all like kids think that because they're just like, oh, you're an adult, you don't even know what I'm going through. But then you're like, oh wait,
brat.
they've gone through that too.
Yep, we were once
And then
your
you get
age.
past that puberty, teenager stage, and you have a little bit of prefrontal lobe development.
That's great.
And then you're like, oh right, yeah, no, she was on something.
Oh, that's very good. So you actually can see the importance of friends around you, like if they're good or bad.
Yeah, but I just think I don't know what, I can't put my finger on it. Just some things
Okay.
you'd say about friends that I probably would be like, what are you talking about? And then I'd be like, now, oh, right. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if this is something we didn't agree on, but now we do. But I hated when you made us clean so much that we couldn't even sit down during the day and like watch TV. We had to be cleaning all day.
Oh my goodness, you should have grown up in my house.
Mum, okay, but no one did that. And I was like, I just wanted to be a normal teenager and lie on my bed and play my
a normal
phone.
teenager.
No,
lying
but
on
like
your bed.
you would be like, you're not allowed to watch TV in the day, and you have to clean, and I have to go through an hour demonstration on how to clean the bench, and you need to be learning how to cook all these dinners with me every single night. And I just would find it so annoying. But now, obviously, when I started flatting, I was like, oh, I'm so glad I got taught all that stuff. Just like when you go flatting, you realise that not everyone's been taught those things, and I'm glad that I had been taught those things.
And I bet Beckham appreciates my teaching you how to cook and stuff, eh?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But now I've just turned into a little bit of a clean freak.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think because it's a little bit like you're a little bit half nana. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is this is a little bit of a frustration with me, and I know we're not talking about my frustrations, but I hear all the time, cost of living is so high, everything's so expensive, which things are expensive, and it is expensive. But I do also think that your generation, and I'm not saying you, but I think your generation gets a lot of stuff done and do a lot of stuff than we did in our day.
What do you mean?
For example, on my birthday night, we went down Hamilton East Street, Grace Street, and Duck Island was just the truckloads of lines of young teenagers that are spending probably easily $10 on a tub of ice cream. You go along and the cafes and the restaurants were just buzzing, which is so good to see for our economy of our city. But they're all young people. So they've all got money to spend. They all have takeaways. They all go out and have a good life. They all go out and get cocktails and all these blooming cocktails that cost probably $30 a pop. They've all got their nails painted. They all get their eyebrows done. None of that stuff we did when we were young. And I hear young people say all the time, the cost of living is so expensive, and they kind of want to blame everyone. And it is expensive, but it's I feel the expectation of life as a young person has gone up. So I want to ask your thoughts. Like, do you think your generation expects too much too soon? And I want to get like your thoughts on, because I know like you don't have your nails done now, but like even for my 21-year-old daughter, got to get nails done. Most girls got to get their eyelashes done. Most girls got to get their eyebrows done. Most girls go to the hairdresser. A lot of girls get fake tans. Girls your age are getting Botox now. It's so much expense. When I was, your age, I didn't even have greys. So it was a treat to go to the hair salon like once every 2 years. And the amount of shops, that these girls dress and the amount of expensive stuff they wear. And like, $10 tub of ice cream weekly, always all cafes, or it's just buzzing with young people when there's such a complain about it's so expensive to live. Can you please elaborate and tell us something about that? Because you're a 23-year-old that has bought your own house by yourself without any help. Of course, with your husband. But, you and your husband are both 23. Have not had any help, like financially, with parents going, I'll guarantor you, or here's some money towards it.
Right.
So how do you find that? Do you find that frustrating when young kids they're working but they're living paycheck to paycheck, but they go out all the time?
I don't know. I think it's different for everyone. I do think there's a group of people who just love to complain for the sake of complaining.
Do you think it's a generational
thing? And it's
thing?
a lot of my generation. I do think that. And I have noticed that select group of people who just love to complain don't want to do anything about it. They're happy just slumming it and keeping themselves in that pit.
But what do you mean slumming it? Because they're not living a slumful life. They're living quite an extravagant life.
Like coasting.
What's that? Is that a new word now too?
It's like
when you're coasting.
When you're in your comfort zone and you're playing it safe.
Oh, okay.
and you're just going along with life, but you're complaining about things that you want to be changed, but you're not actually doing the effort to change anything about it, but you just want to keep complaining about it.
Right.
I
a little
think
bit victim mentality.
yes, like
Okay.
for example, I hate my job, so get out of your job, but I don't want to, I can't think of anything else, I'm happy, I'll just stay here. Like, that's an example, and I feel like a lot of our generations like
Is that cold coasting?
Yes.
Oh. See, I learn things all the time when I'm hanging out with you guys.
I'm pretty sure that's coasting anyway. That's my interpretation of it.
I've never heard of the word.
But then I do think there are lots of people out there who are working very hard and saving, and they aren't doing all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they might treat themselves like once a month or whatever and go out. I'd probably put myself near that category. But I do feel like there is a lot of social pressure from social media.
Mm-hmm.
And influencer culture and ads are on a whole nother level, and you get bombarded with all these things constantly every second of like, oh, I need to look like this, oh, I need to have this, oh, I need to buy that all the time, which you guys would have had on some scale, but I don't think it would have been that bad.
No, not at all.
Back in the day, like constant.
We had magazines. We had
magazines
magazines
and TV, right?
And that was basically it, yeah.
But, yeah, scrolling and it just being there all the time, I think adds pressure. And I think, and I've fallen into this pit before, like, oh, okay, let's say, for example, I have $200 to spend this week. I could put it into savings and I could put it towards things that I need, but I'm going to put it towards a new top and some new makeup because this is just launched and everyone's talking about it and I need this to be along the trends with everyone else. And I think that doesn't help, but I think there just needs to be a little bit more of self-awareness of like, well, I can't really complain if I'm putting my money towards that and actually like looking at what you're spending.
Yeah. Do you think influencers and people on social media have got a lot to answer for that, kind of show off their stuff, or maybe they get a lot of stuff given to them because that's what they get as a job, but it's hard for the Joe Blog public to like have all that stuff?
I think so. I think it is tricky, like if it's someone's job and they're getting paid to talk about something and it's what they do for a living. And I think you can take a lot of things, but I think as a viewer you do have to be careful. Are they genuinely using this and they're talking about this because they like it, or are they just getting paid to talk about it? And if you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, just unfollow some people and just switch your phone off. Give yourself a limits, right?
That's quite a disciplined thing to do, eh?
It is. It's not easy.
Like, do you have friends that are quite disciplined in that area, or is it quite rare to come across?
I think it's quite rare to come across.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, even like friends in my group, you know, getting new things for the house or getting all these new clothes. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I'd like to get that stuff too. And then I even get like, oh, I need that. But you do have to be disciplined, I do think. But I don't think you have a right to complain about the cost of living if you're not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
I think there's always cost of living in every generation.
Yeah.
There's always inflation.
Absolutely.
And it always is going to go up and down, you know?
Yeah. Things are not going to get cheaper.
No.
It's just the way it goes.
And sure, like the inflation percentages might go slower one year than another year where it's just like rises really highly, like COVID times, for example, or petrol at the moment, whatever.
Yeah, so you have like crises that
because of certain things going on in the world. But we all just have to make do and be smart about what we do with our money.
Because I don't know, I just see it so much. Like I just went without so much when I was young, and we had kids young, and you know, I would never dream to get my nails done. Never dream to get my nails done, or even makeup was like, I know you're in the makeup beauty world, so you know have to keep up with all the makeup and stuff. But I just see girls and I just think, oh my goodness, they were in a Ningping jumper. They're $400 those jumpers. Like, you know, like, and they're just so, it's just everywhere. And I think there must be so much pressure on you guys as a young generation.
And no concept of like, wow, this is so special that I get to have this.
Yeah.
It's just like, I expect this and I'm going to get it.
Yeah. quite different.
Yeah. And I do think social media has a lot to answer for
Oh,
that.
it must do, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of leads me on to my next one. So my next question is, do you think your generation takes enough personal responsibility or blames systems or circumstances too much?
Yeah, I think lots of people in my generation love to blame, and don't take responsibility. And it kind of annoys me because you're stuck in that generation and you're kind of like categorized into that as well. Because I know there's a lot of people that don't. There's a lot of people that work hard and are disciplined and don't blame governments and other things all the time. I don't know. I think it's just good to be aware of all sides of the story. I don't know if I'm answering that right.
No, that's good. Speaking about, like, this is something you probably won't be able to answer, but I just want your opinion on it. Like, why do you think the divorce rate in marriage is getting so high when it wasn't, like,
I don't know.
you know, like, but I'm just like thinking, like, because it leads to my question, why do you think our generation struggles more with long-term commitment?
My generation?
Why does your generation struggle with long-term commitment? Like, it was very rare in my, like, divorce and separation is quite common in my generation, but in my mum and dad's generation, it was just kind of like a non-negotiable, a very rare thing if their marriage didn't work out. Is it because people just put up with the wrong partner, and then just because they just know they can't, or it's looked bad upon to have a separation, or is now people just think the grass is greener everywhere, so I'm just going to, like, have a go because this is just how it is now? Or can you give some insight or your opinion on that?
That's a really tricky one to talk about because there's so many different circumstances.
Absolutely, but there's so much, you know, more separation. Like, it's just so the norm. Like, I think the last facts I was reading, like, it's 50% of marriages make it past their 7 years. Like, that's huge numbers.
I do think, like, in my grandparents' generation, it was like, you have to be with this person even if they've done something wrong. You need to stick by them and work through it.
Well, that's kind of vows, isn't it?
Yeah,
for better or for
I
worse.
think it's also part of religion. I think religion was more of a wider thing then, whereas now it's a lot more worldly with social media and us seeing what other people are doing all the time. And it's kind of like, like maybe like people do think maybe the grass is greener, but I think I don't know. I think it's so circumstantially, like, some people are actually not in healthy relationships and they should leave if they're not happy, you know.
But then they're not. I feel like, you know, it's like a relationship you've got to keep putting work into.
Totally, but
And
there's a line. If someone's hurting you or cheating on you,
totally, abuse to me is like non-negotiable. Like, you should get out. But I'm talking about, like, oh, we've just fallen out of love, or he just kind of annoys me now, or he just gives me the ick, and it's like, move on. And it's like, man, it's so
I do
easy
think
these
it's
days just to move
important
on.
to keep together, and I do think it is sad that lots of people just move on. I think also the culture these days is everyone thinks about themselves, and we've talked about this before in other podcast episodes, but it's like, marriage isn't about yourself. It's about both of you sacrificing things and working together as one. And when you're thinking about yourself and thinking, I don't know, like, self-love culture is huge.
Oh, it's huge.
And
Blah, blah,
when
blah,
you're
blah,
selfish, when both parties are selfish, of course you're not going to stay together because you're only thinking about yourself.
You're both coming and taking.
And
You're
of course you're going to fall out of love if you're
Yeah.
only wanting to put love into yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what else is. I don't know. It's really tricky. I think it's so circumstantial. I think it's really sad that so many marriages
and it's just the norm now, isn't it?
I'm grateful that my circle is the opposite, and we all are about being together forever.
But that's you've chosen your circle of friends. You know, that's obviously you know, you attract kind of where you're at.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
as soon as, like, I've had it with so many girlfriends over the past that haven't been super close, but they're just, acquaintances and friends, and you see their marriage break up, and then they're straight away, all their friends are people that have broken up. You just straight
you
away.
are who you hang out with.
Yeah, and I think you feel more accepted because you're like, I'm just, they straight away hang in that circle because it must be hard having been separated and then hanging out with other couples, eh?
Totally.
Like that must be a bit awkward.
Yeah. I think it is hard though. Like, I think there's so many seasons in a marriage and you're going to have tough seasons and you just have to tough them out. Like, it's not always going to be happiness and sunshine.
No.
And I think when people think like this season feels too long and I'm giving up now.
Do you think it's because like now everything's around social media and you know how
comparison.
There's comparison, but you know how people are just so, I don't know if it's a generational thing, but it's just like everyone's so into block, you're out of my life, can't deal with you, so you're out. And
it's almost like they don't want to do the work on themselves to actually process it. They just blame the other person.
Yeah, and we're so in an environment now. It's like, oh yeah, they've annoyed me, block, delete, move on, next one. And it's quite like,
it's really sad.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's still a human being and none of us are perfect and we're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
I think it, like even in friendships, like you learn something from everyone. Don't just say goodbye to them forever.
Definitely. And there's always a stage for a friendship, and there's always like some seasons you hang out more because you're going through some things together. But I think it's nice to still be friends and not like enemies or anything, eh? Like it's, even if you haven't got things in common and you go your separate ways, it's still good to be friends. Like it's a healthy thing.
Well, that's the thing. Even in like business, you can't burn bridges because you never know when you're going to pass them again in life.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Speaking on like careers and stuff, like back in the day when my mum was young, it was like, you very much leave school and you go to be a wife. Or if you're not going to be a housewife, you go on and there was like, you could be a nurse or a teacher. Yeah. And there was like, maybe 3 things that women could choose. Now there's so much. What's your opinion on that? Do you love that there's so much?
Yeah.
Or do you find it confusing because there's too much to think about and there's too much options?
I love it. I think it's great that there's so many opportunities and we're not, what's the word? We're not limited to what we want to do and what we can do. I think that's great. And even like more roles for females, because obviously back in the day it was always just men having a career pretty much. But now it's becoming more equal and there's room for both. Yeah. And there's good things that both genders can bring in with careers. Yeah. I don't think there's something bad about it. I think it's great because you don't want to settle your whole life too. If you're not happy in your job, don't stay in it. And there's all these other opportunities and options you can go. I mean, we can both speak from that because we have lots of interests and, I think it's great. I think it's great.
And I think back in the day, like you kind of stuck at one career. Now it's quite normal to have 3 career changes in your lifetime, like big career changes, or go and get a different degree, or I'm 40, I want to try something completely new, and there's so much more opportunity, and there's just so much more accepting, and even work environments accept women having children and they can bring their kids to work,
which is so cool.
It is cool.
I like it. I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think there's anything negative about it. From my perspective.
Yeah. Another little fun one. What's your take on men being the stay-at-home parent and the woman going out to work? Like, what's your personal take?
I think it's circumstantial.
That's such a safe politician answer, Anika Sky.
No, I think it is because some men actually want to stay at home with their kids and some women want to go out and chase their careers. I think it just depends on the situation and the people in the relationship. I do think that females naturally have feminine roles that they step into a lot easier, and men have more masculine roles that they step into a lot easier, and those natural roles are usually like men being the provider and women being like the caretaker, but I don't think that should limit people either if it doesn't work for somebody.
Right. Well, it's kind of like in a man's makeup, isn't it, to be the protector and provider?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that's how a man's kind of made.
But also you could look at it in the way that a man wants to protect and provide for his children at home.
Uh-huh.
And a woman wants to care for her family, and she, while also chasing her dreams and aspirations.
So if Beckham said to you, tonight he comes home from work and he says, I don't want to do what I want to do anymore. I want you to get pregnant and I want to be the stay-at-home dad. Nikki, you have to go out and earn the money. How would you take that?
I think that's different because that's not what me and Beckham want to do.
Would you be like, hello? No, you're not.
Well,
but what if he really wanted to?
Well, we'd make sacrifices and make it equal, but we've always like talked about it before we even got married that he wanted to go in.
So that's a conversation
I wanted to be at
recommend to young ones have before they get married.
Well, yeah, it's a massive thing to talk about.
But do you know some people don't? Which is crazy, eh? It's crazy. I'm like,
I mean, if it's switched up, I've always still been like career driven, but my main priority is to be a mum when that time comes.
I just don't think I'd be able to earn enough money. I'd be like, I can't earn any more money. We're gonna have to like sell a house and rent if I was to provide for the family.
Well, in our circumstance, we both kind of work and we'll probably both be looking after our children.
Yeah.
In ways.
So I'm like, I'd go out and get a retail job. That's what I know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to support my lifestyle on a retail job.
Well, but that's the thing though. When you meet your person, you kind of have an understanding of what they want to do with their future and what you want to do about your future. Because you talk about your futures with your partner, right?
Yeah.
And like, what's our future going to look like together? So you kind of have that already set in stone.
You do.
It's not like,
yeah.
I'd be like, are you okay? Have it changed? Oh, do we need to have a talk?
If Beckham came home and said he wants to be the housewife, I reckon you'd be like,
he'd be overworking, he needs a break, and I'd be like, okay.
And you'd be like, darling, do you want an electric car now?
Well, I don't know. It'd be tricky if you both want to do the same thing because I really want to look after my children and stay at home if I can.
Yeah.
But I also want to still have a little bit of work on the side because that's like for me, work is fun. It's like my passion.
Right. Very good. Okay. This one's funny. Well, it's not that funny.
How many more do you have?
Just a couple more.
Oh
Well, how are we going for time?
I don't know.
Okay. So your generation always says that you're busy.
Oh, yeah. I'm one of those people.
But are you actually busy? Or are you just constantly distracted by your phone and distracted by life? Maybe. Not getting at you. I'm just talking about your generation.
Oh, maybe.
Because I talk like, you know, you go into like the supermarket and, you know, I make conversation all the time where I am. And so I'm always like, oh, you know, what are you up to for the weekend? And they're like, oh, I'm so busy. I've got to work today. I've got to work till 7:00 tonight. I'm like, oh, what time did you start? Like 4:00. And I'm just like, can I punch you? No, I'm not. But I'm kind of like, and they're just so busy in their world, you know?
I think everyone's capacities are different though. And some people's capacities can handle more than others. So, and oh my gosh, if you had my parents, you're not busy, I'm busy. So like, honestly.
Have we really said that to you?
Yeah. I never feel like I'm busy because...
But busy's not a good thing. Like, it's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's not like people have to be busy these days. Like, in your generation, is it like cool to say you're busy? Like, is it a good thing? Because sometimes it can be a really negative thing to be busy all the time.
I don't know. I think for me personally, I have said that a lot. But for me, I felt genuinely busy because...
But I feel you lead quite a busy life.
There are literally times where I've been working 7 days a week. And I don't just go home and clock off from work because I have a business. I'm constantly going and I'm also looking after a home. Yes, I don't have kids yet, so that would add a whole nother level.
But then that's when you'll get straight.
I just think, everyone's
and your capacities
grow. I do find it annoying when someone says they're busy and they literally have a 5-hour job and that's all they do. But like I said, everyone's capacity is different, and some people just are like need like Geordie, for example, she works all day and she just needs the time after to decompress. And like for her, going out and getting her nails done one day is busy because she has to go out of the house. Whereas I'm like, huh?
Yeah, it's different capacities.
Yeah, I just think it's different for everybody.
Right.
But I have realised that I have said that a lot, and I'm working.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying I hear it with your generation.
Yeah, but no, I'm taking responsibility. Like I have said that a lot.
Self-reflection, Nika.
No, I have said that a lot when people ask me that, especially the last couple of years, and I've just like recently thought like, oh, I need to like think of better ways to talk and like tell people things. Like I can't just be like, oh, I've just been working. Like that's so boring.
Not really. If you're doing what you love though, it's exciting.
Yeah, but like, you know, when someone asks you, what have you been up to this weekend? You're just like, just working. Like, come on, think of something more fun and juicy to say.
I guess, but it's like, you could be like, oh, I've been working on my business. It's been amazing. Meet heaps of new people. Like it all depends on how, I guess, you word it. But if you're working in a work environment that you don't like, you're just like, just working. 2 quick questions. One question's, they're actually both a little bit juicy. Mm-hmm. What do you think we got right as parents and what do we get wrong?
Mm-hmm. That's a loaded question. What did you get right? Nothing. No, I'm just kidding. You guys always made sure we were happy growing up and you did lots for us. Like always making sure we were doing extracurricular activities and taking us to them, like CrossFit, ballet, singing, choir, rock band, productions, all that stuff. And you never limited us to what we could do. You always said yes. And it also opened up so many windows for us. Also our mindset, because my mindset, Geordie's mindset and Diesel's mindset has always been opened, as in there's endless possibilities for things that we can do in our whole future, even in our adult life. And that's because you guys always told us yes, and that we can do anything that we put our minds to.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What do we get wrong?
Everything. No, I'm just kidding.
Come on, I know it's on the tip of your tongue.
I think this might be too deep to say on the
podcast.
No, actuals.
No, go.
I think because you guys were so young when you became parents, there's past incidents and traumas that still sit with you that maybe you haven't worked through. And in some ways, sometimes it's slowly, because it's been not worked through, let out in parenting. Is that like really mean to say?
No, I think every parent would have that.
I just think it's important to kind of like work through that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think when you grew up, you thought therapy was dumb, right?
You thought what?
You thought therapy was dumb, right? Like no one should go to therapy unless you've got like something that you really need to work through. Yeah,
I kind of probably still have that mindset a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I'm just quite old school, and I've kind of like, I'm similar to my dad like that, and I probably know it's not a good thing.
No.
But it's kind of like, nah, that'd be fine. Shove it under the carpet.
Yeah, see.
New day.
You think it's shoved under the carpet, but it can come up in so many ways that you might not realise. Like your fears, your insecurities, or troubles that you've gone through, then boils down to us, and we might not have those, but then they become ours because you haven't worked through them. I don't mean to say it in a really mean way.
It's not mean. No.
And that's really deep and personal.
No, I don't think it is, because I think most people have some, whether that's trauma
everyone
or not,
has their own
some
traumas,
sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you bring that to your relationship, you bring that to your kids, I guess. And I guess it's like, I feel like our generation was kind of like the in-between generation that, like, my parents' generation, it was like, you don't go to therapy, you don't talk about, you don't get depressed, all that stuff. And there's no such thing as mental health, illness. And then our generation was a little bit more open. And some of us do therapy and some of us don't. And, some of us think mental health illness is just blah, blah, blah. And some, believe it. I think it's that kind of in-between gap. And then your generation, I feel, is all very like, everyone has mental health illness. Everyone has this. Everyone has that. So it's kind of like, and I wonder if your kids will kind of be a bit of both again. I don't know. I think it goes in cycles.
I don't know. I think it depends on the people and the surroundings as well.
Okay, last quick question, Nikki.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Honest.
I feel like I have been honest all the time.
Why don't you share your location with your mum and dad? Because like Geordie shares her location with us. And okay, Anika knows exactly where her mum and dad are at all times on her little bratty phone.
Because you have shared your location with me. I didn't ask for it.
I've got nothing to hide. I'm like, you know where I am everywhere. Like, I'm a completely open book. How come I can't look at where you are, Anika?
I don't know. It's just like a bit of an invasion of privacy. I'd just rather keep that to myself.
Have you got like little privacy, like hidden lives?
The only places I'm at is work and home.
So why can't you share your location?
I just I'm like, who needs to know that? Only Beckham needs to know that. It's so like, oh, you're in my space.
But you know where we are.
Yeah, well, you don't have to show me. You just do. And if I'm calling you, I can just see like, oh, are you in an important meeting or are you at home?
You know what was a bit bratty?
That's all I use it for.
The other day, I was going to an appointment. I was going to Anika for an appointment, and, and I was running really late. I had lots on. I was running really late.
Wait. I was at the office and her appointment was in 5 minutes.
Yeah. And I was like, sorry, Nick's running a bit late. And I forgot that she sees my location. And she saw that I'd just left home. I was like, 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
And I live
like
20 minutes
away. It's like, yeah, nice lie.
Dad gets annoyed by that because my 5 minutes is always 20 minutes.
We all know that. Everyone who knows you knows that.
Oh, okay. No, that's been really great, Nikki. Really insightful. Yeah, how did you find that? But challenging?
Yeah, well, I don't always like opening up about certain things because I feel like when you open up about your opinions, people judge you and your opinions.
But people are going to judge you no matter what.
Judgment.
This is something I've learnt in my life.
Yeah.
It's like people are going to judge you no matter what you do. So you might as well be yourself and just be open with it. As long as you do it in a kind, nice way, people are always going to judge you. Always. You can be the most absolute nicest person in the whole wide world and people still judge you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And you just can't let that rule your life. What's your quote?
You just get the quote.
Oh, okay.
I've got a couple. Finding one.
Look at your wardrobe, your routines, your meals, your home. Ask yourself if they reflect the person you want to be. If not, start editing. And that's a big one for me because I feel like I need to kick up the bum right now because I feel like I've just gone into some bad habits with some things. And
like we all do.
Yeah, but I'm just like, come on, Marie, you need to kick up the bum and you need to keep going again. I haven't walked properly in like 3 weeks. Like it's been off and on. It hasn't been consistent. I'm going to bed really late. It's really naughty. And my food like options haven't probably been the best, and I just go, this is not the life I want to live. This is not the person I want to be. So it's so good. Look at your wardrobe, look at your routines, look at your meals, look at your home, and if they reflect, who you want to be, and if they don't, then do something about it. That. And it was a good one for me, so it spoke to me. So I'll
that's
share
kind
it
of
with
like what
you
we
guys.
talked about before. Like, stop complaining if you don't want to change.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice, I like it.
Well, thank you for listening, guys.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed and hope that didn't trigger anyone.
If not, who cares?
Anyway, I hope you like listening and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.